Verbs, Chapter 6. There are two types of verbs, regular verbs and irregular verbs. We can tell the difference between regular and irregular verbs based on what they end in. Regular verbs have a past and past participle form. The past and past participle form of regular verbs are going to end in ed. Look at the example on the left-hand side. Look is a regular verb. Look's past form ends in ed. This is different than bring. Bring is an irregular verb. Notice the past version of bring ends in something other than d or ed. Here's a look at a more formal definition of regular versus irregular verbs. Keep in mind, regular verbs end in ed or d when they are in the past or past participle form, and irregular verbs end in something else with their past or past participle form. Here's a good example of a regular verb. Look is the present form. When we add ing, we have the present participle, ed with the end, and has looked with ed at the end is going to form our past participle. Now there are many different types of irregular verbs, and we can group them off in specific categories. Some of the irregular verbs form the forms of the present, the past, and the past participle are all the same, whereas others are going to differ. Review this chart for many different examples of irregular verbs. Once again, more examples of irregular verbs. In addition to having two types of verbs, every verb has four principal parts. We have already alluded to these principal parts. We have the present, present participle, past, and past participle. Look at the examples below. Let's review. What are the four principal parts of a verb? Number 2. What are the two types of verbs? Number 3. What is the difference between these two types of verbs? And number 4. Is there any specific concept of Chapter 6 you would like more practice or review in?